So if we'll be talking about interaction model, so this is the simplest way to represent the interaction which is taking place within the system. And then we saw the purpose of use case model, that it helps us in gathering the requirements of a system, and at the same time it gives us the outside view of the system, how the product would look like when it would be completed. And it also shows, or it helps us to identify the external and internal factors, including influencing the system. If there are some certain factors which are affecting the behavior of the actors or the process which are being executed, so that would be easily clarified, or that would be easily understood with the help of this use case diagram. Okay, and it shows interaction among various actors. Now if we will be talking about drawing these use case diagram, so we should keep in mind about the actors, the use case, system boundary, and relationships. Okay, these are the four basic components which are needed to complete the use case diagram completely. So actors, role that interacts with the system. Okay, that it is a role that represents a person or a device or any other system. It usually communicates with the system by sending or receiving messages. An actor may participate in many use cases. So actor is being denoted by this particular notation. Now about use case, if we'll talk about use case, is represented with this oval shape structure, and it usually represents the process. Okay, it is the visual representation of a business in a system. It would represent a business or a process or a function which is going on in that particular system. And every use case within a system should be different, or it should be unique. We cannot repeat the functions or the process or these use cases. Okay, means I cannot use this register use case twice in a system. The name of all the use case in a particular system should be unique. Now, as we, if we talk about the system boundary, so it is represented by the rectangle, and it defines the scope of what a system will be, defines the limit of the system, and it is usually represented in the rectangular form. And we saw that a simple example of a patient having an interaction with a doctor. So he first takes an appointment, making an appointment, and after an appointment, uh, the doctor is examining the patient. Okay. Now the next which we have to see, the next point which we have to see is the relationship. How a relationship between the use cases would help us to study these diagrams more clearly and understand the functioning of the system. So the next point was relationship. Okay. Now a relation between whom we would be studying about. This would give us the relation between the two use cases. Okay, so relationship is usually defined between two use cases. Okay, two use cases basically. this relation can be more defined, it can be more elaborated in few more forms. Okay. So the relationship can be either of the this. So use case use case relationships can be, so they can be either include or it can be either extend. Okay, so let's see what is this. It is very easy to understand. Okay, include means using the function of another use case. Okay, and extend means you are deriving something, that means making a child class from the parent class. Okay, so it shows the relation between parent class and child, or I can say parent use case or the process or the child process. Now it would become more clear when we draw the diagrams. Okay, so let me explain these in details about these include and extend. Then we'll see about this. So let's see if we'll talk about include. If we'll be talking about include, so include, we can say that when a use case is using the functionality of other use case in a diagram. Okay, so when a use case is using, when a use case is using the functionality of another use case in a diagram. Okay, for example, if I want to make a payment, okay, if I want to make payment, okay, that means I'm talking about a payment use case in the system. Okay, so if payment, if I talk about payment, okay, so can I do the payment directly? No. For making a payment, I should have an account and I should be logged in with that account. Okay, I should be logged in. So payment, so for making a payment, I need to log in. Okay, so I should be logged in with my system or account. Okay, login is required, login account. I should be logged in. So payment includes, it would be always represented with dotted or dashed lines, and arrowhead would be towards the use case which we are including in our use case. And this use case, this payment use case is using the function of this particular use case, as it says using the functionality of another use case. And the relationship would be written on this dotted lines with these arrowheads to, and it, and we'll be writing here as include. Okay, this is how the relationship include is represented among the two use cases. Okay, so we can say that it is represented with dotted lines, or broken lines. Okay, and the tip of arrowhead points to the use case whose functions are being used. Whose functions are being used. We'll take one more example for this. Okay, as I was talking about the payment in the above type. Now, if I'm doing a payment for something, okay, if there is a used car class which asks for the type of payment, okay, which type of payment should I be doing? Okay, I would say if I want to transfer something, if I'm transferring a money, okay, that would be easy to understand. Transfer money. Okay, transfer money. That means it includes a use class which should have an option of payment, okay, in the system. Okay, so it should include which type of payment I am looking for. Okay, so type of payment I can say, whether it is online, cash on delivery, debit, credit. Okay, so if I want to transfer the money, or if we'll talk this in terms of bank transactions, so NEFT, which type of transfer of money you are looking at. So type of payment. So here we can write include. That means transfer this particular use case, this particular process is using the function of payment class where it describes the type of payments which are available, which can be used by the person. Okay, let's see few more example. If I'll talk about sending a mail, okay, if we'll talk about send message message, or mail. So if mail has to be sent, it includes login for the system. Okay, so we can say login for account or system. So it includes, because without login we cannot send emails or messages. Now, as in today's life, we all are familiar with online shoppings and everything, placing an order, booking products, okay, or maybe placing an order for food items. Okay, so if we'll be talking about placing an order, so if I place an order, that means I should have login to my account. And if we are talking about the login, okay, so how you can log in the system, okay, if you have created your account or either you have registered. So we can say that it includes registration or creating an account. Okay, so we can say registration includes. So these are few example about includes. Now let's see what is extend a relationship among the use cases. Let's see about extend. Extend, the name itself says we have derived something or we have extended the functionality of a class or a use case or something of that sort. Okay, so this would be all. It is also represented represented with dotted lines or broken lines, we can say, and arrowhead would be towards the class through which a new class has been derived. Okay, so tip of arrow would be pointed towards the base use case from which from which a child or a sub use case, we can say a sub use case has been derived. Okay, has been derived. So how is it represented? It is also written like this: extends and like this. So here we can say it can be the main use case, and this we can call it as sub use case, maybe a parent or a child class. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's take an example and understand. If I talk about reservation of ticket. Okay. It can be movie ticket or railway ticket for whatever is it. So if there is a use case, okay, that is reservation. Okay, I'm in some site, maybe a railway site or a movie ticket booking site. So if I'm making a reservation for myself, I've checked the status of the tickets. Now I want to book it for myself. I want to reserve it. Okay, so when I click on those availability, okay, when I click on them, it asks me to log in. Okay, or that website page has various reservation facility, but without login, I cannot use them. Okay, so reservation would extend. Okay, extend the extends login. Login account or system. Okay, so for having a reservation, okay, to make your choices and reserve it for yourself, you have extended it for the login. Now, in the above section, we saw that if we are talking about include relationship, so in the include, we saw that if you want to make a payment, so payment includes login. Okay, you cannot do payment without login. Okay, payment requires login, whereas reservation extends login. That means from this base class, this main class, you are deriving a sub class or sub use case, you can say. Okay, so we are deriving it from the reservation that you can make login. Okay, now we'll draw a diagram so that it becomes more clear for us. Now let's take the simplest example of withdrawing money from your account. Okay, so let's see how we can make this. Withdraw money. Okay, now we know that in this we have one actor. Okay, actor would be account holder. Let's see how he can withdraw money. Okay, now we know that we have to make this in a rectangle which shows system. So like this, a rectangle has been made. Okay. Now, if he wants to withdraw, so the first thing what he is doing, the use case which we can draw is withdraw. Okay. Now we want to understand about the includes and the extended. Okay. Now, if you want to withdraw money, so it includes the validation or authentication of the user. So we can say that authenticates account holder. Okay, so withdraw. If you want to withdraw money from your account, so it would always include authentication account. Now withdraw. Okay, now we want to see whether we can have extended relations. Okay, whether withdraw can have extended functions or process. If I am withdrawing money, that means I want to know about the balance left. Okay, show balance. So I have extended this function, this extent after the withdrawal. I am asking for the system, or I am asking the ATM machine, or I am asking the person sitting in the branch to show or update me with the balance. So we can say that it is extend. Okay, now if the balance is there, so if you, it is enough. Okay, this much is enough as we are talking about just withdrawing the money. But okay, we have shown include and extend. Okay, now you can modify this, you can elaborate, you can ask as many use case as you want. So after showing the balance, I can ask for the receipt, I can ask for updating the passbook. Okay, so I can have more extension. Either I can, if I'm using the ATM machine, I can ask for balance receipt. Okay, balance receipt is, it would be extended. Now, if I am in some branch and I am withdrawing the money manually, so in such condition, I can extend this and ask for passbook update. Okay, so like this, I can extend it if I am in a branch. Okay, so like this, we can represent, extend, and include a relationship. Okay. Let's make few more examples so that it becomes more easy for us
Ma'am,
to
your voice is
understand.
not clear.
Is it clear now? Let's see few more examples so that we can understand this. Is it clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, little bit.
Okay. Is it very low or is there any noise? Can you just tell me? Let me know. Now let's draw a use case diagram for booking pizza. Okay, as you want to book a pizza and you want its delivery at your home. So let's see how we can draw the use case diagram for uh, the booking status, and we are booking the pizza from a restaurant. Okay, let's see this example. Use case diagram for pizza booking in a restaurant. Okay, let's talk as we are doing online booking. Okay, so I'll now you can try for both the sites, online and offline bookings. Okay, let's see how we can draw this one. Okay, so I'll make actor. Now this is the customer, that is you and me. We are trying to book the pizza. Now the first thing, okay, first what I'll do, I'll go in the website and I need to log in and what I can book whatever I feel like. Okay, so if I go to the website, okay, so as we were discussing that how we can draw this use case diagram. So let's try to understand. So the first thing which I would be doing, that I'll go to the website and I'll log in. Okay, log in via website. Okay, so now login, as just now I took an example of the login. So login can be extended. Okay, so we can say that it can be extended and I can write here as register. Okay, so we can write here as register. Let me draw the rectangle so that the system boundary can be shown clearly. Okay, now the user is just interacting, so the user is logged in. Okay, so to log in he should register, so he is using these process, he's using the process of login, he used the process of register. Now he can have different options. Okay, log in through the website of that particular uh, restaurant or the software or the app whichever you are using, or these days you have so many options, log in through your some other accounts like Facebook, so you can log in through Facebook, Gmail, whichever options they have given. So log in via Facebook. Okay, now next, after login, what would be the next thing we'll be doing? We would go through the menu. So view menu. What all things I would be doing? I'll just keep on adding them. After when I see the menu, I'll add items in my cart. Okay. So I'll have I'll add items. Okay. Add, or if I don't like, at the same time I'll be removing, add or remove items in cart. Now next, When I have selected the items, whatever I want to book, as right now I'm talking about the pizza, so I have selected the appropriate product and I have uh, decided, okay, I'll go for this. So when the decision is final, so the next process would be I would place order. Okay, so I have placed the order. Now, when the order is placed, I would have to do the payment. So next step would be make payment. Make payment. After payment, we'll see if some promotions or something is there. Okay, so view promotions. Okay, they would give us some ad or some vouchers or something of that sort. View promotions. After I have done these all things, I'll check or uh, see what is the status. Okay, so see the status, because if you cook the pizza you can see it is out of the kitchen, it is packing, it is about to deliver, the person is out with your package, those all things. So uh, we can say that booking status. Okay, so booking status. Okay, this I'll be using. And last would be I'll get it. So the delivery status. Okay, so these would be the use cases which would be used by the customer. So I'll just draw the lines. Like this. Okay, so this is our system. Now, this was only about one actor, okay? As we say that you have to draw the use case diagram for pizza booking in a restaurant. So, these are the functions which I was using. Now, there would be someone who would be processing my order, okay? So, how to see that? Okay, so let's see the person with whom I would be interacting. Okay, that would be, I would say, suppose that would be the delivery person. Okay, so the actor which I need in my use case is delivery man. Okay, because he would deliver the product to me. So, like this. Okay, now how what all now what else actors would be now we are talking about the booking status. Okay, now whether you're when you have done the payment, okay, they would have offered you several more things. Okay, now you are saying after every 5 minutes or 10 minutes you will be see whether it is cooked or not. Okay, so with your booking status, a person who would be connected, we can call as a pizza maker, okay, who would collect your order from the counter and he would process your he would be making it, and based on his activity or the making speed, your things would keep on updating on your screen that it's in kitchen, it is being cooked, it is being processed. Okay, so he would get your order and he would be processing it, and based on his feedback the status would keep on updating. Okay, so this was about the preparation of and the delivery of. Now there would be some manager or an accountant or a person who would be confirming your order. Then only after the confirmation he'll get to know this and he'll be updating about your booking process, the booking which is going on, okay, the thing which you have booked, okay. So we can have one more actor here. Let's make another actor. So we can make one more actor. Let's call it as a manager or the operator or the receptionist, okay, who would be dealing with few things. Now, if we are talking about, okay, let's see what he can do. He would simply update the items which are available at that particular time. Update stock or items, I would write, or food products. Okay, so this would be his work. Now, one more work he would do whenever any order is being placed, he generates the bill or the invoice. Okay, so we can say generate bill or invoice. Okay, like this. Now he would inform about the order received. Okay, can say that report order. Now, report order means he has received and he has passed this order to the cooking section or to the person or the sales if he is a manager. So the salesperson would also see that order has been received, whether it is being delivered or not, or whether the things are available or not. That would be given here. Okay, report order. Okay, so this would be the person who would be using this function inside this placing an order system. Now, here we can have as if we are going through the menu. Okay, we are checking what all stuff is there. So, here we can have an extend relationship with this update items. Extend, okay, as here login extend registration. So if we are going through or if we are viewing the menu all the items, so it extends the updation of the items, because if the items are being updated, then all we will get what all things are currently available at the restaurant and we can book them. Okay, so this was the basic example of the placing an order, online order, or placing or booking an food item through the online mode. Okay, now I'll just give you two questions. Try from yourself and see whether you can see. Okay, so you can draw a use case diagram for reservation online. Okay, making in reservation system. Okay, so use case diagram for use case, sorry, reservation, online reservation. And there is a brick breaker game. Okay, you would have seen. So just make a use case diagram for brick breaker game. How do you play it and increase your scores? So just try to make these two, and we'll discuss this tomorrow, and we'll be designing these all diagrams in the lab session also. Okay, if there any doubt, you can ask. I'll just download the
Hello.
attendance. Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
reservation like railway reservation.
Yeah.
Reservation like railway reservation or
Yeah. You can make it railway reservation or online, maybe flight reservation. Okay, all the reservation systems would be same. You will be checking the status of the availability seats for the particular train or the flight. You would be checking for the destinations availability. Okay, so it would be same.
okay, like ticket booking.
Yeah, the ticket booking system.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, is there any doubt? Okay, so just try to make these two diagrams and share it with me tomorrow in the class. We'll see, and then we'll move ahead with the other topics. Okay, so I guess there is no now doubt from your side, so you people can leave the class. Thank you for being in the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.